After the past month of development, it's finally time. Once I press this button one last time, I'll know for sure. Either everything works and my app is ready, or it was all for nothing. Kind of. So each week I aim to start working on my app by Wednesday morning and focus my efforts towards a collection of goals to be completed by Friday. And every morning I like to start off with two things: coffee and a checklist. And this week there's one thing that my mind is set on completing. One last functionality my app needs before it's basically done. Last week I was able to get the chat feature to work. This means that now when a user uploads their notes, they can go to the chat page and get answers based directly on their own notes. And now it's time to take the same flow and use a little bit of logic to convert the same sort of function into automatically generating flashcards. The idea for how this will work is relatively simple, probably has some more efficient alternatives that I'm not thinking of right now, but when the user presses the create button, a function is called on the back end, which uses the same LangChain prompting as the chat function, except instead of a user-provided query, I'm using my own prompt. This prompt instructs OpenAI to make a list of questions that's formatted in a specific way. I can then take those questions and feed it back into a separate prompt one by one and get answers to them. However, today, I'm pretty busy, so instead of seeing if any of this works, I just wrote a basic rough draft of the code and called it a day. I want to get started finishing the code that I wrote yesterday and begin testing, debugging, and finalizing the flashcard function. And of course, falling in line with a busy week, today is a busy day, and really I only have a couple hours to try and get all of this done. And if I don't have this flashcard function finished by the end of this week, I'm falling behind. And after working for a while, I finally have been able to get the function to actually work. But before the flashcards are ready, I need to work on the next tiny step. And this step is called metadata filtering. When I load a document into my Pinecone database, I can also include custom metadata. What I'm going to use this for is primarily what I'm calling a collection, which is essentially just a playlist of specific notes. So this means that when a user is making flashcards or when they're asking questions directly, it will be able to narrow down what collection of notes to get context from. And this will help with the program's efficiency, as well as ensuring that when you ask a question about history, you don't get an answer about math. Now, after working a bit longer, I've finally been able to get the metadata filtering to work, as well as including the metadata when I upload notes, since I didn't add that last week. Now, although the flashcard generation is basically done, I still need to take it to the next step of storing the created flashcards into a database so that users can access flashcard sets that they've already created without regenerating them. However, that is scheduled for next week. And for now,